Hey guys, here's one skill to improve today. Make sure that you're growing yourself and motivating yourself every single day to become your best version, okay? Because when you're motivating yourself to become your best version, guess what's happening? Guess what's happening inside you? You're becoming much better. You're becoming more clearer. You're becoming a more clarity kind of person. You're understanding clarity from a different perspective. You're understanding what you need as a person because you're growing into that person that you need to become. So every single day you're focusing on yourself. You're focusing on becoming much better, becoming a better person, becoming something greater in your life. So focus on yourself today. Focus on what's improving you as a person. Focus on your skills, your life coaching, your things that you have that you can give to other people. Focus on your business and creating your business. And then focus on a coaching business. Coaching yourself every single day to become whatever it is that you want to be. Hey guys, so the main thing is always keep the main thing the main thing. Make sure you're doing something to help yourself to improve every single day, learning, growing, becoming your best version, you know. When you're doing the best you can for yourself, when you're coaching people, when you're doing something to give words of advice, free words of advice, whatever it is, you're helping yourself in the process because you're unlocking new spirituality, new things that is going to blossom inside of you. Okay, so you're looking for a better ideal, you're looking for better ways of thinking, better ways of doing things, better ways of understanding, better ways of living your life, you know. So try to take a risk and try to understand this. When you take risks, make sure you're safe and comfortable, okay, in terms of make sure you're in discomfort to help yourself to get to the next stage in life, okay. Make sure you're learning from your financial mistakes and make sure that you're learning to become your best version, okay. That's what's important. Hey guys, so guess what it is? You have to understand something. The thing is that I no longer have to post 1-minute videos, 3-minute videos, 10-minute videos, 20-minute videos on YouTube. You understand why? Because I can make a compilation of videos. Okay? It can be 1 hour to 5 hours long. You understand? And with this, I can make compilation videos of 1 hour and more in duration, and I can post it online on YouTube and on my social media, slowly but surely. And this actually saves me time uploading information online. This keeps my YouTube channel going. This keeps my social media going. This keeps my lifestyle going. So that's what I want to explain to you, is that you don't have to do 1 minute, 2 minute, 3-minute videos anymore. You can do a bunch of 1-minute videos and make a compilation of all these 1-minute videos that you've done and post it on YouTube. And keep it going. Keep it going every day. Hey guys, so here's a fun thing about DJing. When you start DJing, you're gonna learn how to busk. As a person, you're going to do busking, you're going to have yourself a Flex 4 Deejay, and you're going to have yourself a speaker, trolley, and also a laptop, okay, and record box. And you're going to go DJing. Maybe you want to have a mask, okay, and you're going to have a signage saying your name and your Instagram, okay, and then you're going to have a microphone, okay, you're going to have a microphone and cables. Okay, so the thing is, then you're going to go get yourself a busking license, and you're going to busk usually 1 to 3 times a week. Okay, in Sydney or wherever you want to busk, you go busk, and you go and see the crowd's reactions to your music, because you're a music producer, and you want people to know your name, you want people to understand you, you want people to give you money or whatever it is that you want them to do for you. You understand? You have to understand, you don't have to have a donation bucket while you're busking, but other people will give you money, okay? But the thing is, you have to realize, you have a speaker, and you got yourself and a DJ deck, you just go busking. You go busking, you pay for a license, and you go on the train, 1 hour to the city, wherever it is, but you're busking, you're making a name for yourself. And what's the fun thing about this? Well, you get attention from the crowd. People will smile at you. People will talk to you. People know your name. People know who you are. And you have to realize that Eventually, you can make a community out of busking. You can make yourself a community about people who know who you are, okay? Because you're the busker. You're the person who busks as a DJ, and stuff like that. But you have to be consistent. You have to be consistent, and you have to keep doing this daily. You have to keep doing this as much as you can, okay? Now, you have to realize it can be tiring and it can be time consuming to do this as well. So I don't suggest that you record yourself busking. You don't have to record yourself busking, but what you need to do is go ahead and make sure that you are just DJing and you are having fun in the process. You're looking at the crowd, you're looking at people around you. You're looking at people around you, and guess what you're doing? You're smiling at them, you're DJing, you're performing live, you're dancing, and you are talking on the microphone, okay? So focus on that every single day. Focus on helping yourself to get to that stage where you're busking, and eventually you can go and make it to a nightclub eventually, because you understand how to do your set. You understand how to do your DJing with one playlist that you have 20 tracks in. So for every single hour of music that you have in your DJ deck, okay, in your record box, make sure that you have at least extra 30 minutes of music that you can play at the festival or that you can play at the nightclub. I usually stick to 20 tracks in a playlist for 1 hour set, okay? So that way I'm always organized and I'm always doing much better. So that's what my key tips are for today, and I hope that you share this message around, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Hey guys, so here's the thing about YouTubing, okay? For YouTube, you have to do a lot of content, a lot of posting online. But that's not enough, okay? What's enough is getting someone to help you with boosting your engagement on your YouTube channel. Because that's what it's all about, okay? It's all about making sure that you have more views on your YouTube channel, okay? So you have to pay money for this, and you have to pay money to people on Fiverr or other people who can get your YouTube channel and who can get your YouTube channel to get more subscribers and more engagement for your content online, okay? So you have to realize that if you don't do this, you have a bunch of content online, but no one's watching your content, okay? So you have to pay for your content to be heard by other people, okay? And you have to keep paying for this much more and much more, okay? Because that's what you have to do. You have to have a team. You have to have a team in your life who's going to help you to get to the stage that you need to be at with your YouTube channel, where you have 50K views per video, okay? So you do that for yourself every single day, and you get to a better stage in your life. You get to a stage in your life where you're enjoying yourself, where you're enjoying who you are, where you're enjoying how you're doing things in life. Hey guys, so I want to explain something very quickly. Make sure you understand something. You have to go ahead and understand what internal status is and external status is. You have to understand my life. Before I was with the Serbian community, I was with the soccer community, I was with high school community, I was with the poker community, and here I had external status. People knew me from playing poker daily, from going to Serbian events daily, from playing soccer daily, from going high school daily and stuff like that. I had external status, I had popularity, okay? But I had myself addictions. I had addictions to things, okay? Now, I'm not addicted anymore to my past behaviors, but you have to realize I'm now someone who has new behaviors that is more integrated with who I am today. But the thing is that what I want to say, that kind of external status I had, I was dependent on other people. I was dependent on other people's views, on how they look at me, on my addiction to drugs while we in that community and stuff. And you have to realize something, that external status fades as soon as you leave the community. It will fade. Understand? External status only means that once you're in the community, you have external status in that community. But as soon as you leave the community, all your external status and everything you work for in that community has gone. Okay? You have to realize something. Internal status. Internal status is self-respect, self-trust, self-regulation. Okay? This is where you're helping yourself basically to be sober, be drug-free, feel good about yourself, delayed gratification, okay? That's internal status. So internal status is always with you, okay, throughout life. And internal status is always something that is going to elevate you in life. It's going to help you feel better. It's going to help you get in the gym. It's going to motivate you, okay? It's going to be with you all the time. It's going to help you to have clearer skin, okay? That's internal status because you feel good about who you are as a person. But external status does not make you feel good as a person, okay? What it does is external status is dependent on other people, while internal status is dependent on you, okay? So you have to realize, now I'm right now in the first age of my life where I have internal status, but I have no external status anymore. So I lost external status from soccer, from high school, from poker, and from dancing, and from also serving community. So I had the external status here. I was popular in this crowd. Okay, I was popular in this crowd. But as soon as I left, they never contacted me anymore. They never talked to me anymore. They never messaged me anymore. And suddenly it's all crickets and silence when you leave those communities. Okay? But internal status is something that you do alone with yourself that helps you to be in solitude, alone with yourself, and to delay gratification. And even without other people, and even without external status, you won't collapse as a person because you've got internal status. But if you don't have internal status, you have external status, as soon as you leave the community, you collapse as a person because you don't have internal status. Okay? So internal status is something that keeps you alive. It keeps you well. It keeps you from collapsing in life. So that's why you have to get into a better stage in your life to have a sober life, to have yourself habits that help you to get forward, okay, in life. Basically to help you to understand more life. So you have to realize that's what's important, okay? Internal status. And once you have internal status and you know who you are in your internal status, then external status can come around, but in a better shape where you're much more of who you want to be in that external status kind of range. Because let's say you're vegan, you're someone who doesn't eat white sugar, you don't drink alcohol, but you go to a poker event. Now you're gonna do your internal status, but external status is gonna come along because guess what's gonna happen? People's gonna ask you, do you want to drink alcohol? You're gonna say, I don't drink alcohol, man. That's your internal status. But external status, guess what happens? People will try to make opinions about you, about who you are and your role in the poker scene or your role in the Serbian scene, or they're going to assign you roles about who you are in that crowd, okay? So you have to realize that's why I left these communities so that I can go and find my internal status so that I can feel much better about myself, so I can feel good about who I am as a person. That's the main thing. And now I can build myself up to the point where I don't collapse anymore. I don't collapse and I am moving forward in my life in internal status and internal authority. I have internal authority and that way I can build upon who I am today because I have internal status and I'm not collapsing because I have internal status. But without internal status, you collapse, okay? So build internal status in your life and start recognizing who you are. Hey guys, so you know what hurts me a lot in life? What hurts me a lot is messaging other people or giving my heart to them, okay? Because when I give my heart to other people, they always seem to disappoint me. They always seem not to message me. They always seem not to give me emotional regulation. And they always seem to disappoint me in ways that they don't make an effort for me the way I make an effort for them. And so when I message other people, I always get crickets or silence, or they message me 1 day later, 1 month later, 1 hour later, all this kind of stuff, okay? And I know people are busy and all that, but the thing is you have to realize, you know, every time I message them, I have to rely on them to self-regulate, okay? So the more I message them, the more I have to self-regulate my emotions through those people. And I don't want to do this. I want to make sure that I'm not self-denying myself, but I'm delaying gratification in a way that I don't have to message them. they can message me. And so they can message me. If they want to be in my life, they can message me. Okay? And if they don't want to message me, then they don't have to, because I have me anyway. Okay? And you have to realize that I don't force other people to message me. Okay? But the thing is, you have to realize, as soon as you stop messaging other people, you find out who your true friends are. Okay? You find out who your true friends are when you're not messaging other people anymore. Okay? Because you'll be left with yourself. You'll be left with yourself, and guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen? It's going to be you in solitude, self-talking to yourself, and you're going to be alone. Okay? You're going to be alone. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to build internal status. You're going to build internal status, and you're going to do much better as a person. Okay? Because you're delaying gratification. And when you're delaying gratification with other people, you're doing much better as a person. You're doing much better with who you are as a person. So that's why go and make a difference with yourself. Make a difference with who you are. But for me personally, it hurts to open up to other people. It hurts to open up to other people. Okay? Why does it hurt me? Because of disappointment. Because of how many times I message them and how many times they don't reply or contact me back. Understand? It feels one-sided. Feels one-sided. Feels that they used me. They used me just for something that they needed and they fucked off. Understand? So that's why today in my life I'm very alone. I'm very alone in my life. And guess what? I'm figuring out my life. I'm figuring out everything in my life, but I'm looking much better. Look at my skin. I'm looking much better. I'm feeling much better. I'm feeling much better. And I'm doing things now. I'm moving forward in my life and I'm not going backwards. I'm moving forward, and those people cannot manipulate me about life. They cannot manipulate me to do things that I don't want to do in my life. Understand? Many people are a waste of time. Many people are only looking to use you. Many people don't have your best interests in mind. Many people are not your friend, okay? And you have to realize that many people are not your family either, okay? So go ahead and make a difference for yourself. Make a difference for yourself. Make sure you're living your best life. Live the best life you can. Live a life that you are proud of, okay? That's what you focus on.